Well, hello everybody, it's BugEater64 and getting ready for another FSEconomy flight in the Bell412. She's my workhorse for my portion of the business, Air America DoX, which is an charter flight service, and we're going to be flying today from Cuba to Cancun. And then we're going to make a round trip flight from Cancun to Cuba and back to Cancun. So 164 or 65 miles one way, and we're going to be carrying passengers. So let's get inside, get started, and see how things go. See you on the inside. Okay, let's get ready to go here. Let's log into FSEconomy. And get this mission started. Okay, life is good. Mission is started. So let's get inside the cockpit and get our helicopter all up and running. Yep. Controls all seem to be working. And we've already got the in-flight entertainment going to keep the passengers happy. So, batteries on, inverters on, anti-collision, fuel system, starting them up. Let's get this baby rolling. Okay, now hydraulic system, trim setup. Okay, start engine 1. And there we go. Got a bit of an issue with this one. My OBS is telling me that the encoder is overloaded, so we'll see how all this goes. May have to make some adjustments later on, but we'll get her going now. Alrighty. So we wait for the engine to spool up and to stabilize about between 20 and 30. And once we got that done, we'll be able to go ahead and start engine 2. So that's looking pretty good. Yeah, about 25 right now, I think. Engine 2 is going to start up here. And there she goes, spooling up nicely. Okay, there's our missions. Let's see what we got. Alright. Okay, both engines appear to be spooled up. Let's go ahead and get the generators on. Lights to flashing. Navigation, get that set up. Our autopilots and stabilization assistance system, SAS. Or sass. She is a sassy bird. Alright, so everything's looking good. Let's get our flight plan set up. MMUN. We're going to change that. Let's go to our pre-planned flight. And we're going to go down to, there you go. So enter that. Go to flight plan. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to highlight MUSJ after I don't be stupid. And we'll activate that leg. So flight plan is ready. Okay, very good. We're about ready to fly then. Altimeter setting at, let's see. I think that's going to be 2992, and then get our course set up. And our heading bug. Okay. So, let's get rid of our external power. Run our RPMs up, and we'll get ready to get out of here. Okay, let's take care of that. Make minor adjustments to the RPM so that we can be all we can be. Where have we heard that before? I don't know. And let's get going here. Straight out here, slowly gather some altitude, and make a turn to the right as we climb out and get on our heading. So we are on our way. So we're going to cruise at about 130 knots, indicated airspeed, and then it'll be, our actual ground speed will be determined whether or not we have a headwind or tailwind. Which, going this way, normally have a bit of tailwind, but you never really know. You can see the moon behind me and the sun in front of me. Morning flight. Turn on our nav. Okay, let's get her pretty well set up here before we let the autopilot take over. Heading, as I said, we got the sun rising in front of us, and we still got the moon showing behind us. clear. Pretty morning. Okay, so we got everything set, 130 knots. We're gonna hold altitude. Just over 900 feet. And thing is copacetic and looking good. So let's go and meet you on the other side. Okay, so here we are. We're approaching the airport area, and the one thing that is really difficult that I found is that during these flights in the daytime to this particular airport in Cuba is that there are no 3D buildings on it, and it's even hard to find a beacon. So it's hard to see because the way the flight plan works out, and there it is, it's 2 miles. It took me a while. I'm halfway past it, and you know, the one end of the runway has trees in it, so it's hard to figure out. But we found it, and it just makes it a lot more interesting. A couple times when I've flown into this airport, I've actually had to fly around in circles to actually find it. Because it's just nothing, during the daytime there's nothing to really identify it until you can actually see the runway and the taxiway. So we'll go down here and we're going to make our approach and our landing and see if we can get paid for making this flight. So this one leg should be worth, pretty close to $8,000. So, which isn't bad for a 164-mile flight. So we'll just come in here and make sure that I don't damage the aircraft. But you can see there's just nothing here. There's the runway we're approaching right now, and the center exit onto where the taxiway is. So we're going to land right on that center of the runway exit. So we'll just get her down here nice and easy. And you can tell that you don't have to actually be on the ground for it.
It's time to get you ready for
FSEconomy
We know you have lots
pop
of
up.
choices, so thanks for choosing American. We're happy to be your airline.
And we are down.
Follow along with me, we'll be on our way.
Flight attendants, disarm doors.
So now we can end this flight.
Welcome aboard. Before we depart,
Actually get paid for
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, welcome to our destination. For your safety
And then we'll get ready to start the next flight.
until the captain turns off the fasten
Get everything
seatbelt
set up.
sign.
Get some fuel just to make sure. And here we are getting ready to go back to Cancun. So everything's looking okay. At RPMs. Get ready to take off. And we are off. Yep. We'll get going here. You see the end of the runway there? It's covered by trees. What kind of crud is that? That's actually the end of the taxiway, but it leads out to the end of the runway. So no wonder it's hard to find when you're coming in this way. Just not cricket. Alright. So again, on the return trip, we're going to fly at a speed of 130 knots indicated. And the question I had to ask myself, William, did you start the FSEconomy client before you took off? The answer to that question is quite simple. No, I didn't. So, I'll get her done right now. Which I did. I got it done here. Checked all my fuel settings. FSEconomy let me start the flight, even though I was about, I guess 6-7 miles away from the airport. And here we are approaching the airport again, Cancun. Once again, completely uneventful flight. So we'll just come in for a landing here. Get paid. And on the way back, we should make a little over $7,000. So not too shabby for, a couple short flights. So we're going to come down here and go back to the helicopter landing pads that we left from. Notice it got a little cloudy and hazy on the way back, so there is a little wind, so we'll probably have to crab a little bit just to keep it going straight. But all in all, not too bad. Going to come right over the top of parked aircraft here and move over here to the helipads. And try not to break the helicopter. Okay, so helipads are way over there. I could land it right here, but I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm not going to worry about the little bit of wind we have. this landing. Let's move over here and get on the pad. Where we're supposed to be. Alright, well, we're down. Everything's safe. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and spool her down. Get this, and oh, okay. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. They said I got here too soon. So according to FSEconomy, I couldn't have been flying the Bell412 because the time span from when I started to now wasn't long enough. Alright, well, as you saw, the first portion of the flight went extremely well. Since the airport in Cuba does not have any 3D buildings, sometimes it's a little hard to find. But we found her and landed, got credit for the flight, everything went well. Unfortunately, and this is something weird with FSEconomy, once I had actually refueled the helicopter, not completely, put in just enough, thinking that it would be able to get back to Cancun, and got the passengers loaded, took off, realized I hadn't started the flight, so went ahead and started the flight. I was probably about 8 or 10 miles away from the airport, yet FSEconomy let me go ahead and start the mission. So I fly all the way back to Cancun, land, and when I go to finish the mission, it finishes the mission but does not give me credit, stating that I got to Cancun too fast. So really strange stuff. Don't understand it. But anyway, so I didn't get credit for the second leg. So officially, the helicopter is still sitting in Cuba. So I'll deal with that later. Anyway, the flights went very well. No problems. No problems with the landings or takeoffs. And you know, there were some on the way back. You could see by the weather was changing a little bit. It got hazy. We had some clouds, and you know, we had a little bit of wind to deal with. That being said, everything went well. So, I hope you enjoyed the flight. I'm awfully glad you came along for the ride. And until next time, this is Bug Eater 64, and as always, safe flying.